Kusatu Zwelinzima Vavi calls for an investigation into the poor results produced by the country's education system, and a preliminary report by the public protector into the purchase of 2 presidential luxury jets is expected by the middle of next month. I'm Richard Brooks. Kusatu Zwelinzima Vavi has called for an investigation into the poor results produced by the country's education system. Equal education is a movement of learners, parents, teachers, and community members working for quality and equal education through analysis and activism. Vavi says our results compare unfavorably with those in other African countries.
If you look at the amount of money we spend in the country and compare it with the neighboring states in the Southern African Developmental Council, you will see that we're spending way above what they have. One of the first things that will happen is for us to investigate why we spend so much money on education and yet the results are so poor in comparison to many African countries that have far more less than what South Africa have.
A preliminary report by the public protector into the purchase of 2 presidential luxury jets is expected by the middle of next month. Thuli Madonsela made the announcement at the launch of an African Ombudsman training course in Durban. The DA had requested Madonsela to probe the deal, which has since been scrapped. Madonsela says parties involved have until July 26 to provide her with answers. Madonsela says her investigation could guide future procurement processes.
Was it a sound process? Was it a process that was prudent, economic, and in line with the law? So that when they go forward with the new process, there's a clear understanding of what needs to be done. There's also the question that I've been asked by the complainant to look at whether it's prudent to acquire these aircrafts at all. If it's prudent, what would be the most economic way to ensure that the president and the deputy president do have proper arrangements for their travelling, they're secure and they're efficient.
Eskom has reacted to criticism that it blew 36 million rand on parties for its staff and their families last year by saying fun days are to thank employees for their hard work. The disclosure comes on the back of a 16% tariff hike. Earlier this year, it was revealed that Eskom had spent 3 million rand for a family fun day in Cape Town. Black Magic Communications was awarded the lucrative main deal for family outings. Eskom spokesperson Hilary Joffe says fun days are used to commit workers to keep the lights on. She says surveys have shown an upward trend in morale and pride in belonging to the power utility. The City of Cape Town's disaster response team has assisted more than 2,500 people over the weekend who were affected by the heavy rains. Disaster management spokesperson Wilfred Solomons Johannes says the areas worst affected were Happy Valley in Blackheath and 3 sections in Khayelitsha, with 800 people in TT section, 500 in BM section, and 450 people in the RR section receiving hot meals, food parcels, clothing, blankets, and plastic sheeting. The city has cleared more than 800 blocked drains and overflowing sewer systems since Friday.